Fears of new arms race as US-Russia nuclear weapons treaty due to expire. The last nuclear weapons control treaty between the US and Russia is due to expire on Thursday, raising fears of a new arms race. The Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, known as New START and signed in 2010, was one of a handful of agreements designed to help prevent a catastrophic nuclear war. The treaty capped the number of deployed strategic nuclear warheads for each party to 1,550. It also established some transparency, including data transfer, notifications, and on-site inspections. The treaty's expiry effectively marks an end to the arms control cooperation between Washington and Moscow that helped bring an end to the Cold War. On Wednesday, Pope Leo urged the US and Russia to renew the treaty, saying the current world situation required calls for doing everything possible to avert a new arms race. The original START treaty, signed in 1991 by the US and the Soviet Union, barred each of the two signatories from deploying more than 6,000 nuclear warheads. It was succeeded by New START, signed in 2010 in Prague by the US and Russia, the successor state to the dissolved Soviet Union. Although Russia suspended the treaty 3 years ago as tensions grew over the Ukraine war, both countries were still thought to be abiding by the treaty. The agreement prevented the uncontrolled buildup of nuclear weapons and provided the two countries with the largest nuclear arsenals with transparency measures to avoid misjudging each other's intentions. Its expiry follows a worrying pattern. Other long-standing arms control treaties have already fallen by the wayside. Britain's former head of the armed forces, Admiral Sir Tony Radakin, has warned that the architecture and frameworks that helped keep the world safe now risks unraveling. In a speech last year, he described the collapse of these key arms control treaties as one of the most dangerous aspects of our current global security, along with the increasing prominence of nuclear weapons. Russia's Dmitry Medvedev, who was the then president, signed the New START treaty in 2010, said its expiration should alarm everyone. This is a sobering comment from a politician whose recent rhetoric has included nuclear threats. On Wednesday, an advisor to Vladimir Putin said the Russian president intends to act in a measured manner and responsibly if the treaty expires. US President Donald Trump has sounded less concerned. Last month, he told the New York Times if it expires, well, just do a better agreement. Washington believes that any future arms control treaty should also include China, which has been building up its nuclear arsenal. Meanwhile, Russia has long argued that any future arms control treaty should include France and the UK, Europe's nuclear powers. Daria Dalsakova, a senior research fellow with the UK-based Russia's Proliferation and Nuclear Policy Program, said the expiration of New START was concerning, because there are drivers on both sides to expand their strategic capabilities. Both the US and Russia are currently modernizing their nuclear forces and increasing their strategic capabilities. A new arms race is already underway. Dalsakova said that for Russia there appears to be some concerns about their ability to penetrate US air defenses. This has only increased with Trump's plans to build a Golden Dome to protect North America from long-range weapons. But Russia has also been developing new weapons designed to overcome air defenses. They include Poseidon, a new intercontinental, nuclear-armed and nuclear-powered undersea autonomous torpedo, and also Burevestnik, a nuclear-armed and powered cruise missile. The US, Russia and China are all developing long-range hypersonic missiles which can maneuver at speeds of more than 4,000 miles per hour, 437 km/h, and are much harder to shoot down. Dalsakova said those expanding military capabilities would only make it harder to reach a new arms control treaty. This is along with what she